Shalom, this is Kabash Ben Yasharala, and before I hop into today's lesson, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High in the name of His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the true Paleo Hebrew tongue. Call, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amath. I want to give a double honor to the apostles and elders, GMS, who rule well and teach well. I want to give a double honor to my elder as well, Aaron Ben Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I want to say shalom to the Akim around the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth with sincerity. And with that being said, this lesson is going into the topic of being a good example of the Lord's Spirit. So those professing themselves to be of the Lord are to move according to His Spirit, because we're always under a microscope, being examined by the Lord and those of this world. So we're to keep that in mind when we're going about our day-to-day affairs in life and just overall, knowing that the Lord is watching all of our deeds, knowing that somebody, whether it be somebody who looks up to us as somebody in the truth, or whether somebody on the outside looking in, watching you, we're always being examined, watched, this, that, and the third. So we're to watch our mannerisms and our behavior at all times, making sure we're always moving according to the Spirit and in the Spirit, folks doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, moving according to His Spirit. And this lesson came to La'ab. Well, earlier today, I was in the tax collector office. I was sitting next to a Jehovah's Witness. She tried to give me a card, and I told her I was a Hebrew Israelite. And she went to talking to about somebody in her family and how they talk about their hatred for Esau, something to that effect. And she assumed because he was a Hebrew Israelite and I'm a Hebrew Israelite, we shared that same opinion. But I was relaying to her that we hate the wickedness of Esau. I didn't really get to explain that part to her, but that's what I was trying to get to. I was trying to explain to her that we hate the wickedness of Esau. We don't hate Esau for being Esau. We hate Esau because of his actions, not because of who he is. I was telling her that we're to live, if it's possible, to live peaceably with our brethren, and more so things like that. We don't go out here with hate in our hearts. That's not the whole doctrine that's being pushed. That's not the sole gospel of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It's more to it than just rebuking Esau and his wickedness. So we got to make sure, as examples of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we shine His light, not just part of His light, the whole light. Because we won't be accepted by Him by simply talking the talk. We're also to walk the walk. And that walk is to be true and sincere. You can't just be halfway stepping. Whether because you can't be, there's no excuse for ignorance in His truth. We're to seek the Lord out day in and day out. You go from babies, crawling, learning how to walk, to becoming a man of the Lord, running, fighting the fight of faith. Because we got people watching us again at all times. We want to see the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai manifest within us. And we want people watching to see that too. We want Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to see that. But we got to be doing it according to the whole role, the whole scripture, every word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So with that being said, we can go ahead and get some scripture. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. So you got to try the spirit by the spirit when dealing with somebody. Somebody not your friend just because they're a Hebrew Israelite. Somebody not your friend just because y'all have similar beliefs. The elder of the camp said at one time, everybody you argue with not your enemy, and everybody who cool with you not your friend. And we're to keep that in mind. Just because somebody cool with you don't mean he cool with your walk, your spiritual walk. Just because somebody say they friends of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai doesn't mean they're going to be found to be a friend of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So we're to try the spirit by the spirit to see if they are of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because a false prophet is compared to a wolf in sheep's clothing in scripture. Somewhere in Matthew, I'm pretty sure. And if you're not of Yahweh Shemi Shai, you're leading the people astray. You're leading them to slaughter, whether you know it or not. You could be a wolf in sheep's clothing. And somebody out here just professing their hatred of Esau, they're not shining the light of Yahweh Shemi Shai. They're showing themselves to be a hateful being. Because there is a whole lot more to this truth than just hating Esau. Because, he's just a physical counterpart of the devil. The devil can use anybody he wants to deceive and to do whatever. And yeah, the Lord ultimately made Edom to be the border of wickedness, but we're to focus on our own salvation with fear and trembling. We're telling our people how to escape the judgment that Esau has coming and this society has coming. If you're just talking about hate Esau this, hate Esau that, you're not telling our people, you're not leading our people to salvation, making you a false prophet. Meaning you're not doing the work in the spirit of truth. That hatred you have for Esau might be sincere, but you're not a true worshiper of Yahweh Shemi Shai by your works. Which is why we should do this. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So we're to study ourselves approved to Yahweh Shemi Shai. So show ourselves worthy of him, taking his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and shine his light properly. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed. You're not going to be ashamed at your words because they're of Yahweh Shemi Shai. You're preaching his gospel how it was ought to be taught. Versus these false prophets out here, the Lord's not going to justify them and glorify them in their sayings because their words were of their own. They weren't of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Rightly dividing the words of truth. The words of Yahweh Shemi Shai are true. The prophecies are true. They will come to pass, and everything else the Lord promised and said will come to pass on earth as it is in heaven. The Lord is only justifying and glorifying his elect, those abiding in his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, shining that light properly, giving off that proper sound. The Lord is found in Scripture. That's how we spend time with him. You want to be a friend of the Lord, spend time with him. He'll lead you right to whatever it is you need to know. He'll increase you the more time you spend with him. You get paid more for the more time you put in, like a real job. Well, I'll put it like this. The work we do for Yahweh Shemi Shai is realer than the work we do in this world. So this is where our mind should be, on Yahweh Shemi Shai, not that of this world. Because we want a worldly person to look at us and be like, boy, you a foreigner. Boy, you ain't got no parts of, like, where you from? Because, we're not of this world. We're of Yahweh Shemi Shai. We're of his spirit. But it's Ezekiel chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. Salakia. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as sweet as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak my words unto them. So the roll we're to eat is scripture, the word of Yahweh Shemi Shai. We're to consume it, as in take it in. And speak the things that we learned unto our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, speckled birds on the four corners of this globe, shining that light. And we got to eat the whole roll. We can't just pick out the parts that we like, the parts that are appealing to us, the parts that we think people gonna want to get with. Nah, we gotta give out the whole roll of Yahweh Shemi Shai. He wants us to eat the whole thing so we could regurgitate it, the whole thing back out, so to speak. It's a lucky for a back of a better reference. But yeah, so we can regurgitate it back out. So for that remnant of Israel to hear, the lost sheep of Israel. Cause we're the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We preach this gospel in season, out of season, while it's not popular. So we can get up out of here. 1 second, Salakia. But again, yeah, we're to eat this roll. The word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai said he was the living word. So he was the living roll, so to speak. And we're to take on his spirit. Because the role of this world, that's GMO food, that's junk food. You go out prophesying and regurgitating that role to our people, you further destroying them. Because our people destroy for lack of knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And that knowledge, that same knowledge will heal them. But that's only been given to the men of the Lord to do. Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. So if you go around, you only spitting out parts of the doctrine, you not giving out the whole role of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that's a false balance. That's not the solid foundation of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's something that you built, that you came up with. You came up with your own gospel. You either added or took away from the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, which we're not to do. So if you're spewing out the hatred of Esau, you should be spewing out the love of Israel. If you're talking about the judgment coming to this place, you should be talking about the salvation coming to Israel. You talking about this place being brought down, you should be talking about Israel being uplifted. You can't have the one without the other. You can't have the destruction without the salvation. You can't have the wicked without the righteousness. You can't have the dark without the light. A just weight is the delight of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So we're to be balanced spiritually. Because the gospel of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is balanced. It doesn't lean one way or the other. He's a just power. John 4:24. Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So the Lord not in the flesh, like how we in the flesh. He doesn't have these carnal emotions, and he doesn't get tired and all these things. We complain about this, that, and the third. So there's no excuse when it comes to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He understands that he put us in this flesh, but at the same time he understands that he put us in it to overcome it. So we can't let pride get in the way of seeking out the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You done learned something, you think that's all you need. No, you don't want to be a novice in this truth. We're to be ever learning in the sense. Always trying to grow in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because that shows an unlearned person. They can only preach. Some people weren't meant to prophesy. Some people weren't meant to, we all got our different gifts. Our measure of faith. But if you talking about hate, you should also be talking about love. Because for you to be a true servant of the Lord, you're to be serving him in spirit and in truth. Not according to your spirit, but according to his spirit. Not according to your truth, but his truth. And his truth is his word. Yahweh Shai said that he given them thy word. Thy word is truth. Something to that effect. And that's how we're to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's a sacrifice we're to give off. Because we give our bodies as a living sacrifice to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And if that sacrifice is unclean, he going to make it clean by throwing it in the lake of fire. You don't want to partake of that judgment. 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. Which is all the more reason to study to show ourselves approved. Because the Lord see you putting in the effort to seek him out, learn of his ways. He going to lead you right to that. He going to put that on you. Reward you. So we're to make our calling and election sure. Just because we in good standing with the Lord today, doesn't mean we in good standing with the Lord tomorrow. And because tomorrow not promised. You be in the truth today and out back in the world tomorrow. So we got to cleave to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Or we can't become stagnant in our servitude to him. Because the minute we do, we're going to fall. So we got to keep working. Day in and day out. Every day we're here in this place, in this flesh. We got to endure to the end. The Lord doesn't want us comfortable in this place. He told us to rise and depart, for it's not our rest. So we got to stay in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We can't get lazy. We can't allow the flesh to take over and cause us to move contrary to the Lord's spirit. And just staying focused in general. But I'm going to end it off with this one right here. Matthew 7:21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. So it's just simply put in the first verse 21, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. So just because you calling on the Lord's name, you talking the talk, you making it sound good with your mouth, that don't mean he gonna answer your prayers. Because the scripture says something like even the prayers of the wicked are an abomination to him. So just because you praying to the Lord don't mean he hearing you, don't mean he dealing with you. You're to be doing the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, according to his righteous works that he established for us to be partaking in today. Seeking out his ways, shining off his light properly. Because if not, the works that you do, that sacrifice that you're offering to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai won't be accepted. He's going to tell you to depart from him, because the works that you were working for were of iniquity, were of folly, foolishness, wickedness. It wasn't of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And we need to know the punishment for not serving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai truly and sincerely. Not being an example of his spirit, a good example of his spirit. He'll tell you to depart from him. He never knew you. And we want to be seen as friends of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, not strangers. So we got to watch how we carry ourselves out here. Make sure we're giving out the proper, that proper sound when we're blowing the trumpet. And doing everything we can to show ourselves worthy of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, making our calling and election sure. Studying to show ourselves approved. And just trying the spirit by the spirit. Because you could be being led astray by somebody you think to be a man of the Lord, but the scripture shows them to be of this world. Which is why we're studying to show ourselves approved, so we can, be all the more better at trying the spirit by the spirit. Because that's what we want. We want to see the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai on those we're dealing with and following, especially when it comes to the spirit, the righteous path that we walk. But y'all right, that's all this lesson was edifying. And until the next time, I'm gonna say shalom.